Okay, so here we are. This is an official occasion, not just a vote tour. I've got something that he's been busting to get for a long time. This is the official class plate. There you go. You're now official.
Brilliant, Don. Thank you very much.
Don't cut your hand on the edge.
Yeah. That's very good. Delighted to get that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks.
So we've been looking at your boat from a distance for some time on photographs and this, that and the other. It's fantastic. Like little Wren, great paint job, great everything. So how was the build? Like, was it a nightmare, or was it you enjoy it, or was it done for the sailing, or where's it fit in?
It took a couple of years.
Yeah.
I had 6 months off. Halfway through the build, I got appendicitis, so probably good to get that out of the way.
Okay,
good
on idea.
Land. And then we moved house, so it took longer than it should have done.
Yeah.
But I think with all these long projects, there was some great highs and great lows.
Yeah.
So some of the more grueling parts was working through the winter. The fairing, the days and days and days of sanding.
Funny thing about that, everyone remembers
Same
the
thing.
sanding and torture boarding.
Yeah. But seeing the thing start to take shape and turning the hull over and starting to work on the deck, it was some great times as well.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. I'm going to take the camera off Jane. Thank you, Jane. And we can talk about a few things here. It's pretty much standard. There's nothing super customised out on the bow, but this is another really excellent build. EVA foam on the deck, standard Selden mast and bits and pieces. Very straightforward. So that was part of the plan from day one, I suppose. Just go with the class sort of recommendations.
Yeah, I've sort of had a general principle was to try and keep everything as simple as possible.
Yeah.
And until I needed to have an upgrade or a workaround, then just keep it as basic as I can.
Yeah.
The less complications, the less there's a chance of stuff going wrong.
Yeah, where'd you build it? Like, was it in a shed or in
in the shed just by the house. So it was very local, but so I was very disciplined every morning. I treated it as a job for a year and a half. So got up and into the shed. And
so you're full time?
It was full time, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Yep, good. Yeah, that's all good to know. And you went with the obs pod. Do you like it, like the observation pod?
Yeah, I like that. I like the look of it. I like the feel. I can stand up in it.
Is that standard height or a little bit taller?
No, standard.
Standard. Yeah. Okay.
So I had problems here. I started off with polycarbonate, and I drilled the screw holes just the right size, so they were too tight and they cracked.
Yeah.
So I had to replace all of the windows. Which I think was a bit of a rookie error.
Yeah, that's cool. Which is well done, that's for sure. So you got all the blocks there. You got your cables coming in from the mast, and you got the standard tracks. With Genoa cars, so that's pretty straightforward. And you went with the standard windows as well. That's polycarbonate as well?
This is actually acrylic.
Acrylic,
tinted acrylic, just to try and keep some glare off.
Yeah, that's all right. And what's the connection with Little Wren? What's the story there?
So in my workshop, there was in the shed outside the house, there was a Wren that was there when I arrived, and it was there all through my build. And often when I came in the morning, it would be sitting on a stanchion and chirping away at me. So it sort of named itself.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So if you jump in the cockpit, and I'll be here and we'll talk about it. So again, everything's straightforward. Rope bags, and you've got how many vents you got? You got three.
I've got three
vents,
and one at the top.
Yep.
I've got as many rope bags so I like a tidy, clean cockpit.
Yeah.
So any lines that's while sailing, I like to get out of the way.
Like it organised, a bit like me.
I started off with a Traveller.
Yep.
And I took advice, chatted to a few other sailors, and decided to get rid of the Traveller altogether.
Holy dooly! You got one eye bolt there. Is that for your main sheet?
I've got that's for the main sheet. That's for the main sheet, and I've got another one down there, so I can. So they're through frames in the bottom of the boat. Doublers on the bottom of the frames.
One down the bottom, and so you've got a snap shackle on your on the main sheet. Yep, that's cool.
Snap
Have
shackle.
you tried sleeping and laying down in the cockpit with that bolt there?
Yeah.
That's about just because I know I could sleep in there, and my hip was ahead of the Traveller.
Yeah.
So that'd be the same. You
Yeah.
can still lay down there.
Yeah. So I've treated myself to a bit of
Very
comfort.
cool. I just saw them for the first time. I just said, Jane, come and have a look at this. Check out the
Yeah,
bloody...
this is really, really
Absolutely.
comfy.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes all the difference, and
Yep.
you know, I can get a really good position here.
Yeah.
So
It's the
very happy
important
with
aspect. Your neighbour here is going to miss out on that because
Yeah.
you've got the little boxes at the side. So
Well, as you get a little bit older, you get maybe a little bit
Absolutely.
needing a bit more creature comfort.
I slept a few times in the cockpit. You know, like it's certainly spent a lot of my time laying down.
Yeah.
So standard tiller arrangement and two. So how many? What's the? How many watts of the?
So I've got 50 on each side here.
Yeah.
And I've got 50 on the coach roof.
Yep.
And I've got 50 down below.
The mandatory mobile. Yeah.
So I've rigged this so that I can easily lift this
Yep.
and hang it on a guardrail or move it
Good
forward
idea.
to try and get the best of it
Yeah.
when we've got the various conditions that we need. So
Yeah.
so far in the sailing that I've done on the boat, and that's been in and around the North Sea with not a lot of sun, I've found the call on power is very minimal.
Yeah.
I haven't had any concerns with running out of power so far.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
yeah.
These ones down the back will just put out heaps. You know,
Yeah.
being able to angle them onto the sun is massive.
Yeah.
I only
Yeah.
ran all the way with one flexible one on the back like this, you know.
Yeah.
And they really pump it out, so that's cool. Okay, so you've got e-propulsion. Is that the hydro charging one?
Yep.
The outboard?
Yeah.
So, and have you linked it through to the anywhere else, or just left it by itself?
Just that.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
carry two batteries or one?
Two batteries,
Two full
yeah.
batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, how do you find the propulsion? It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I probably should have gone for a long shaft rather than a standard shaft. So occasionally in the sea, it'll jump out the water.
Yeah. Yeah.
It pushes me along at 3.5 knots.
Yep. Yep.
Last maybe, if I'm being careful with the throttle, maybe a couple of hours.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, it's fine.
That's cool.
good.
And you've gone South Atlantic wind vane. Have you
Yep.
sailed much under the wind vane yet?
Yeah, I've done a few hundred miles under the wind vane. I'm still definitely getting to grips with some of the fine tuning of it.
Yeah.
Which size vane to use, where to put the weight.
Yep. Yep.
So
Have you sailed with a wind vane before on other
No.
boats? So you're new to the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we can have a chat later.
Yeah.
'Cause I can, There's but a couple hundred miles, you know the basics, and then you
Yeah.
go from there.
So I've got a complete second South Atlantic, excepting the big
The main frame.
the main frame
Yeah.
in as spares.
And you got spare bearings and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
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 That'll get you around. No
Yeah.
problem. So, but yeah, we can have a chat about that after.
Yeah.
So that's cool, and you can store water down the back there as well.
Yeah, I've one of my final jobs to do is to get these strapped down somehow. I
Yeah.
haven't worked out how to do
Yeah,
that
yeah.
yet, but
Yeah.
I'm just by listening to other sailors, a little bit of weight in the
Yeah.
stern whilst I'm in the cabin is a good thing. So,
Yep, absolutely. Yep, for
so we'll be
sure.
doing that.
For sure. Okay. So I'll take my shoes off here and
I wouldn't worry
jump
too much.
in and have a squiz here. Okay. All right. So everything's. This is always a funny part when you get in here. On Tracker, when I was here looking down the bow, you could be looking down a 35 footer because
Yeah.
everything's the same. It's just smaller.
Yeah.
It's an optical illusion.
Yeah.
It's really, they're quite cool boats. But anyway, so how would you describe your sailing experience on board so far? Because you've been sailing for a while on the boat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very much coming from bigger boats to smaller boats.
Yep.
My history of sailing, most of the sailing I've done has been in the last 7 or 8 years, and has been on 36 to 42 footers.
Yeah.
36-foot boat I had, which I sailed on my own most of the time, so I'm very comfortable sailing on my own. So the challenges for me on this boat has been just getting to grips with the relative flightiness of it, the fact that your own, where you put yourself makes quite a difference. Sail trim I think is more important on a small boat like this than bigger boats.
Yeah.
So it's been quite a learning curve, and I'm definitely not at the finish line yet. I feel that the trip to Lanzarote and also the trip across the Atlantic, I'll hopefully be honing a few of those skills.
Yeah, absolutely. It took me 2 days. I think people know the story.
Yeah.
It was the same. It took me 2 days to learn how to sail a boat. Simple things. Get rid of the main sooner rather than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reefing the main, I've learned is
critical.
I've been massively over canvassed on the main lots and lots of times.
Because the funny part, when you proportion this out, if this was like a 40-footer, it's got like about 15-foot beam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's that's what happened when you heel too far. You start to screw up and all that sort of stuff. But it's not just because it's a small boat. It's small boats are disproportionate in some ways.
Yeah.
Okay. You got a proper dodger.
I've got a dodger here which can just clip up easy up.
Yeah.
What I tend to do is just leave it clipped up just on one, and then I can push forward like this.
Yep.
I've got a handhold here, and
That's
then
perfect.
that gets me in, and it's straight back out. Not so easy for those that haven't done it before, but
no, I know what you mean. Well, mine was even more than that. On Tracker, I had it coming out at least that far, but then I brought it down here.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So you could actually sit there on the thing underneath it. And completely covered. It was quite different. But anyway, that's cool. I got to empty my pockets here because I got my my wallet there. I'll just jump that there, and then I'll slip down here. Okay. There's the handle there. Okay, that's a solid step there.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to stick this down here, and I'm coming down. Yeah, yours is about the same as mine. I only had a little bit of a incline on the hatch.
Okay.
Whereas the other guys, they put more of a, I'll just turn this around here. They've put more of an angle on the hatch, which makes it a lot easier to get in.
Yeah.
So, but that's basically the same as Trekker had.
Yeah.
I had a little bit more. Well, this is all pretty cool. Japers. So, nice upholstery. Ooh, it's all happening. I'm impressed with the way everyone's tackled their electrical system. So what's the story? You had a bit of involvement with the electricals, or you let someone do it all? Or?
I had involvement with a friend who did it with me. We've made some modifications since then.
Yeah.
I started off with a PWM charger and then moved on to MPPT, which was much better and much simpler actually.
Yeah.
But it's they're fairly simple systems. I've got my Echo Max there.
Yeah.
I've got a Bosch pump here, which I'll leave on auto, or you can manually override.
Yeah.
I've got my standard lighting, VHF set, plotter, nav lights. I've got a main isolator there.
Yeah.
I've got my Iridium Go exec.
Yeah.
Which
Have you been using that yet?
Yeah, we've been testing that.
You happy with it?
Yeah, I've just need to find a system where I can feed back to my race manager that's not going to try and deal with a whole load of other data when I turn it on.
Oh, right.
So,
you got to. That's exactly right.
So we're still playing with it, but we've got it working.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, and then you got chart plot up there that swings out.
VHF set there, chart plotter here.
Yeah.
Which just swings.
Yep, cool.
Swings round.
All big serious stuff. I had a tiny little 5-inch screen plotter stuck on the outside. It was cheap. That's cool.
VHF set. I've got my
VHF there.
Handheld there. That's my YB tracker, which will get mounted outside. I've got my second YB tracker, which is when charged going to go in my grab bag. I'm going to keep my grab bag there.
Yeah.
So to get
come down to this, there's the grab bag.
To get the life raft out, I had a friend design this for me. So it's just a very simple lift out.
Yep, perfect.
Grab bag gets put out.
Yep.
And then we've got
just
good quick
bag.
good access to the.
Have you done your 15-second trial yet?
No, not yet.
No, we do all that.
Not yet.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that works pretty well.
Yep.
I've got nothing under the cockpit. I've got access hatches just from here.
Yeah.
But nothing under there.
That's cool. Yeah. All right.
I've got a lot of storage here.
Yeah. That's all right.
So, and then I've got.
I missed that. I've got to come down here. I'm just taking the shot of Jane by default.
And then I've got my straps here. So.
Okay, so this cabin sole board lifts up.
Yeah.
It's got storage space underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to lock them down somehow?
Yeah. So I've got.
Right. Yeah.
I've got some straps here which are.
Yeah.
Which also keep my water.
Yeah.
Come along both sides and then get tied down onto here.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect.
So
Yeah.
that works quite nicely.
That's good. All right, that looks pretty much ship shape. No problem. And then the galley, I'm going to come over here, squid this around. The gimbal can't keep up with my movements at the moment. You got
So-
the Rigi as well. Yeah.
So yeah, I've just gone for this. I haven't got a jet ball.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
You a cup of tea man?
I'm a cup of tea man.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
I've got 2 pans. I've got a little frying pan and
Yeah.
I've got a little round pan.
Yeah.
And I've found that so far, and I've been in quite difficult conditions.
Yeah,
I've
no,
found
they're
that
cool.
so far fine.
Yeah.
You know, hot water management, just dump it in the sink.
Yeah.
So anything that I'm worried about getting burned, just pop it in there,
Yeah.
and I can pour from there or tip from there or drain into
yeah,
there.
Yeah, yeah.
I've
Yeah.
got fresh water coming here,
Yep.
and I've got seawater
Yep.
coming here.
You must have watched my videos.
I did watch your videos.
That's exactly pretty much the same as you had on Tracker, and they're great
Yeah.
stoves, and it's quite
Yeah.
surprising. They're actually the gimbling is enough, you know.
Yeah, so
It's quite surprising. Oh, that's cool. I didn't do that.
I had to get a friend make this
Yeah.
gimbal.
Oh, there's a funny story there because I had trouble buying the stove. You know, I had
Yeah.
to buy it on the eBay in America. It cost me like $600, but then I could never find the pot holders and the clamps. And the
Okay.
guy in the Edward in the GGR, who's got 2 of everything on his boat.
Yeah.
Right. I kid you not, 2 of everything. He had a spare 3rd set of the gimbal
Okay.
set plus the pot clamps. It was very funny. He says, "I'll give them to you." So I got them. Anyway.
Nice.
Yeah, I digress. So yeah, that's pretty ship shape. Yeah, looks good. You got the backrest there. Where's your lee cloths? Underneath. Oh, okay. Yep, that's perfect. Yeah. Okay.
One goes there,
Yeah.
and the other goes there.
Up there. Yeah. Okay, that's all good. No, fantastic. What's the ox in?
The Oxen's my local boozer.
Ah, right. Okay.
So
they're giving you free
lads,
beers for
the
the sign.
lads made sure they wanted me to be able to show the ox when I'm going around the world.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay, and the business end is pretty straightforward. Yep, that's very organised. Yep,
So I've got my
seem-
3 asymmetrics there.
Yep.
I've only carrying 1 extra sail, which is the jib,
Yeah.
which I've got on
So you
the.
got 2 jibs.
Yeah, I've got
Isn't
I've
that
got
funny? I
on
was
the
just
foil.
talking to Renaud, and yeah, around the world's a long way. If you blow the jib up, you got
Yeah.
big problems.
Yeah,
So that's exactly what I'd be doing too.
Yeah.
The 3 kites is okay.
yeah.
But I would absolutely, and you should be able to look after your main.
Hope so.
Because obviously, touch wood,
Yeah.
because you get rid of it,
Yeah.
sooner rather than later. But the jib, if
Yeah.
something goes wrong, it can
Yeah.
blow up.
Yeah.
So that's probably a good move. But I won't tell the other entrants.
No.
They won't watch this. So
Yeah.
yeah. And so what? So you're retired now, or you?
I'm a sailing instructor.
Oh, that's your career.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
cheapers, that's hot news.
Cruising
Good for you,
instructor.
that. Cruising. Oh yeah, but you're a hot sailor as well.
Well, no. I'm a cruising instructor. Certainly wouldn't say I'm a hot
Yeah.
sailor, but I work for Premier Sailing, which is
Oh,
a
yeah.
company in the UK.
How long have you worked for them?
3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
what
it's
about
not
before that?
full time. It's
No.
you know it's freelance.
Yeah.
Before that, I worked in South Africa for 3 or 4 years in diamond mines,
Okay.
and then most of my normal working career
Did you
was
have
in,
extra pockets in your
in
pants? You know?
always big deep pockets. And before that,
No wonder you can afford a 580. Jeepers. The diamond mines. What were you doing in the diamond mines?
we were starting up a new ex De Beers asset in
Yeah.
Kimberley in South Africa. Yeah,
That's cool.
and then. Before that, I was in the financial world, in the stock market.
Yeah.
So that was where I did most of my normal
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, I just noticed something. You're obviously following the Mochas.
Yeah.
This is a Mocha.
Oh, is it?
Very much a Mocha stuff. Yeah.
Oh, is it? I didn't know
In their
that.
covered cockpits, so we've got it all now.
Yeah,
You're the
okay.
first one I've seen do that.
Yeah.
Because I had proper, timber handrails
Yeah.
and everything, but that's all you
Well,
need.
I haven't used this yet, so
Yeah.
I'm going to be interested to see. I was trying to keep things a bit lighter
Okay, well,
and less.
when you're doing your piece to camera, just so this is your Mocha handrails,
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
cool. And so you've been sailing all your life. Where's the sailing come from?
No, I haven't. I've been boating all my life. I had power boats up until my mid-40s,
Yeah.
and then I started sailing in my 50s.
Yeah,
So about 7 or 8 years ago.
yeah,
I did a trip from Oban to Iceland,
yeah.
and absolutely as crew, and absolutely loved it. And then
Oban to Iceland
yeah,
in summer, I take it.
in summer, yeah,
How
so
long
it
did
didn't
you
get
spend in
dark.
Iceland?
Well, when we got there, we were about there 4 or 5 days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. That's a lot of fun.
And then I spent most of my time during lockdown on a boat,
Yeah.
so during COVID, and did a lot of solo sailing around the UK. So up
Yeah.
to Scotland, west coast of Scotland, north coast of Scotland.
So you're a yachtmaster ocean or
Yachtmaster offshore.
offshore?
Yeah.
And now you're going to get turned into ocean because
Maybe,
you've got
yeah.
to be able to sextant stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Got to
cool.
be some upside to being
Yeah.
able to work the section.
So the sailing school must be watching very closely.
Yeah, they're being really supportive.
Yeah.
They've already booked me for a few jobs when I get back.
I can imagine that.
So they want to do
That's
some.
encouraging. They think you're coming home.
Yeah, exactly. They're sort of really adventure sailing as much as teaching as well. So they do, I've been booked to do a trip up to Norway from London. So
That's cool.
So
What sort of boats they run?
they've got Sigma 38s,
Okay. Yeah,
fleet of
that's a
3
nice
Sigma
boat.
38s, which are lovely. Yeah,
Yeah,
really
cool.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, jeepers. So what happened? Where did 580 meet Adam? Or Adam meet 580?
Yeah,
What
I think it all happened at the right time in I was looking for something new to do. A mate of mine at Amble Marina, which is my home port in Northumberland, two of us were either having a beer or a coffee, I forget which, and he said, "Have you heard about this Irishman called Jim Schofield? He's just sailed down the Liffey and he's going to sail across the Atlantic on a boat that he's built."
Yeah, he was a TikTok hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just started following it and then wanted to wait and see how you lot got on in the first transatlantic.
Yeah.
And when that all seemed to go successfully, which it did,
Yeah.
then I bought the boat, chatted to my loved ones and said, "Can I have permission?" And they gave me a thumbs up and off I went. Yeah, it just
So did you tell them that I suppose you said, "Oh, I just want to build this and sail around the bay"?
No.
Or you said straight up, "I want this around the
Yeah.
world"?
Yeah, I was honest with them right from the beginning that I wasn't going to go through 2 years of build without a proper bit of fun at the end of it.
And what did they say? Give me the real reaction. So you're going to do what?
Well, I think there was general disbelief that I would either finish it or or get it in the water or it would actually float. I mean,
Yeah.
So I think the stubbornness and a bit of determination, they realised actually, the old boys really going to come through.
So what are they
it.
saying now?
I'm getting lots of good support. I don't know what they're saying privately, but they're giving me lots of good support and from family and friends.
Yeah, you didn't get a bigger insurance policy put on you or anything? Like
I'm
that?
sure they have. Yeah, they got me to sign all sorts of stuff.
Oh right, yeah, that's cool. Are they coming over? They're coming.
Yeah.
To
So my
goodbye?
wife's here, Kerry's here now,
Yeah,
and the big plan is for a big party in Cape Town when I get to Cape Town for next
cool.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so well, that'll be a big day for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. So, and now you know what's going on. You're here. You've seen all the other boats. Is up to this point? Was the whole experience of building and being involved and stuff meeting your expectations, or better than you thought, or what?
Yeah, I think the stress levels having arrived here, waiting for the start, is probably a little bit higher than I was expecting.
Yeah.
I thought that. I knew as much as you try and prepare for the safety tests and as much as you try and prepare to get your boat class registered, until you actually get there, there's always worry and there's always stuff that you haven't properly thought through and that you maybe got to redo. So,
and there's all the risk of fines and all that.
Yeah, so there's this bugger called Don McIntyre that just seems to keep everybody on their toes. But no, I guess like all these things, it doesn't come without a lot of hard work and effort, and it's not really box ticking. It's actually all these things are done so that half the time I think, okay, I've just got to tick the box, and you think actually, if this happens, I do need that bit of kit, and
Absolutely.
I need it there, and I need to be able to use it, and I know how to use it.
Yeah.
So,
well, you're a sailing instructor anyway. What
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And so what do you think is going to be the big highlight? What's the one thing you're looking forward to, or going forward from here?
Well, they seem a really good bunch of people, and
I've
already got to know them pretty well. So that'll be fun spending time with them over the next 12 months, 14 months. I'm taking it leg by leg, so
I think everyone is.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the sail to Lanzarote, 6 days, 7 days, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, that's part of the game, eh? Because it's a relaxed knowing this is just like a small qualifier.
Yeah.
No pressure, no trophies, no prize money.
Yeah.
And then when we get to Lanzarote, we sit down and talk about it again.
Yeah.
And everyone helps everyone else. And it's from my perspective, it's an impressive bunch of boats. Gee, it's an impressive bunch of sailors. So, I mean, I think we're all going to have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Touch wood.
Yeah.
It's an adventure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's cool. And your navigation skills now with a sextant. How'd you go with this with the sun sights and everything?
It's starting to make a bit more sense than it did. We got a guy called John Bankard who is amazing, and he's helping us, and he's kindly offered his time up until we leave for Lanzarote. So I'll be using him a bit more, but I'm getting there. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm getting there.
All right. Well, I can't think of much more. What I haven't asked anyone this question. If you had any advice for someone who was thinking about building a 580, what would you say to them?
I'd say go ahead and buy the kit.
Did you buy kit or plans?
I bought plans and I bought CNC cut timber.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's lots of things you can do in your life, but to be able to build a boat that you can sail across an ocean, I hope I'll find is pretty special. Yeah. So for me as a sailor, being able to do these two things, if I can get across an ocean in a boat that I built, for me that's pretty high up there.
I know you didn't want to blow your credibility with your students because you're a professional sailing instructor, but did you tell anyone, and what did they say?
Yeah, there's two different reactions, very clear different reactions. Either it's they just want to know all about it, all about me, all about the build, all about the sail plan and everything. And the other reaction is you're absolutely bonkers. And there's nothing in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, on that fitting moment, I'll hand this to Jane so she can say g'day. I like this box step. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen your safety inspection sheet, but you obviously passed everything.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I'm done. Yeah.
All right. Well done. Congratulations.
Cheers.
You've
Thanks,
now
Tom.
got a class approved boat. I see you left a plate there for a space.
Absolutely.
There for the plate.
I was hopeful.
So that will go there, yeah. No, she looks great. So solid as a rock. Another bit of fun. Okay, that's it. Thank you. We'll do so. Oh, you got your white flares here too.
Yeah.
They're gold mine,
Yeah, I know.
All right. See you later. Bye-bye.